I'm senior counsel at BMO Financial Group, and today I'm a lawyer in the bank's technology and operations legal group, where I handle vendor and procurement matters, including complex outsourcings. I started at the bank about 8 years ago, negotiating in the procurement group, where I learned a lot about negotiation strategy, technique, getting deals done on aggressive timelines, working with multiple stakeholders to get there. And after a few years there, I moved into the legal group, where I got to hone my legal skills as senior counsel, and also began negotiating and doing strategy for the bank's procurement process generally. I bring a consulting background to my work, so the business imperative of what my clients are doing is always number one priority for me. But I also back that up with strong legal experience and credentials where I can balance risk with reward. I think my clients appreciate that most, that I'm always looking out for their best interests, but also making sure the bank is protected when it needs to be. Teamwork for me is really not about egos, and it's about making sure that everyone on your team is always working together for the common goal. It's not about taking credit for great work. It's not about blaming people for bad work. It's about working together consistently to deliver for your group and for your organization. I absolutely find the practice of law meaningful. I think I have the benefit of bringing various types of skill sets to a traditionally legal-only focused job, and I find that the most rewarding part, that I'm not just treated as a lawyer, I'm treated as a partner, and I think the way I conduct myself and try and work with people, hopefully that resonates with people, and if I'm able to help them get through the line and get to finish line, hopefully that they've had a good experience about that. And to me, that's the most rewarding part, that I've helped them in a number of ways. I think many people find the practice of law or legal issues scary. I try to make them fun where possible, easy to understand, and work with them to make sure they're confident they're making the right decisions. I think in the legal profession today, there's a number of challenges, but I think they're all centered around efficiency and doing less with more. So where previously we would have lots of resources to do things, we have less resources to do things, and we have tighter timelines to do them. In an increasingly complex regulatory environment, especially at a financial institution, that means trying to focus in on things that matter the most and making sure the other things that come through are also being assessed, even if they may be less critical. At BMO, what we've done at a number of fronts is work with the line of businesses across the bank to help them get through the contracting process faster, more efficiently, without creating added risk to the bank. That's meant working with the team to develop new templates that I think have really revolutionized the way the bank has done procurement work, in that we've worked to make the terms fair, standard, easy to understand, but also at the same time not sacrificing the quality of the legal advice and risk management. I think whether I'm doing pro bono legal work or general volunteer work, I think they both mean a lot to me, especially giving back in my community. I've lived in the same town for my entire life, effectively, and I think giving back to that community that's given me so much is most important. I think I especially enjoy helping people with the pro bono work, especially in family disputes and those types of situations. I work in my local community to provide free advice, assist with drafting and those types of things. I think that's most rewarding because you're normally dealing with people who are going through very difficult circumstances, and they're looking for help, support, advice from someone they can trust. I think that's probably the most rewarding work that I do, and I think hopefully it's making a meaningful difference. In my volunteer work, I work in my local mosque, where I help people deal with a variety of legal issues, including reviewing separation agreements, custody arrangements, but also giving general legal advice on how to deal with various issues. Well, before I moved into the legal group a few years ago, I was working on a project supporting the legal group from the procurement world. And one of my colleagues in the legal group had said, "Wouldn't it be great if you came and worked with us?" And I found that kind of the ultimate reward for teamwork. And since making the move to legal, and while I miss my old colleagues, I feel like I've really diversified my skill sets. I've done some meaningful work for the bank and for my clients. And it's really an example of where working hard with somebody, building a good team rapport, can result in something amazing.